Amazon's The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power has introduced audiences to new facets of Middle-earth, including a fresh take on the various tribes of hobbits. In Season 2, Episode 4, titled Eldest, viewers encounter the Stoors, a group of hobbits that diverge from their traditional portrayal in J.R.R. Tolkien's works. This new depiction of the Stoors raises questions about the show's creative decisions and how they align with or deviate from Tolkien's original lore. Understanding Stoor Hobbit lore in Tolkien's works. In Tolkien's Legendarium, hobbits are divided into three main groups: Harfoots, Stoors, and Fallowhides. Each group has distinct characteristics and preferences. According to the Fellowship of the Ring, Stoors were known as river folk who lived near water sources and were more comfortable with water activities like swimming and fishing. They were depicted as broader and heavier than other hobbits and had more interaction with men. They also had facial hair, which set them apart from the beardless Harfoots and Fallowhides. On the other hand, Harfoots preferred highlands and hillsides, and were depicted as smaller and more nomadic. They eventually settled in the Shire, bringing with them the tradition of living in burrows. Fallowhides, the least numerous group, were characterized by their love of trees and their affinity with elves. The Rings of Power reinterpretation. In Rings of Power, however, Stoors are introduced in a radically different setting. Instead of the lush, riverine landscapes described by Tolkien, the Stoors are shown residing in a desolate, barren desert in Run. This departure from Tolkien's description may seem jarring to some fans, but it serves a specific narrative purpose. The showrunners, J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay, seem to be taking creative liberties to explore the early, wandering days of hobbits before their settlement in the Shire. By placing the Stoors in an unfamiliar and harsh environment, the series emphasizes the broader and more tumultuous history of Middle-earth, reflecting a time before the hobbits' eventual settling in the fertile lands by the great river Anduin. Narrative and thematic implications. The reimagining of the Stoors' environment in Rings of Power allows for a deeper exploration of hobbit lore and their migration patterns. By portraying the Stoors in a harsh desert landscape, the series might be aiming to showcase the adaptability and resilience of the hobbits as they evolve from wandering tribes to settled communities. This creative choice also opens up the possibility of integrating more complex narratives and interactions. For instance, the show could explore the connection between the Stoors and Harfoots, as hinted by the character Gundabale's desire to find a more hospitable land. This connection might enrich the backstory of Middle-earth and provide viewers with a more nuanced understanding of Hobbit history. Impact on Tolkien's lore and future exploration. While Rings of Power's deviation from Tolkien's descriptions might initially seem like a departure from canon, it reflects a broader trend in adapting classic literature for modern audiences. The series is exploring the rich tapestry of Middle-earth's history and adding new dimensions to well-known races and cultures. It will be interesting to see how future seasons of Rings of Power continue to develop these characters and their histories. The show's exploration of different Hobbit tribes and their backgrounds could lead to new insights into Middle-earth's past, aligning with or even expanding upon Tolkien's original lore. Moreover, as The Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum film, directed by Andy Serkis, approaches, it may also provide further context to the backstory of characters like Gollum, whose origins are tied to the Stoor lineage. This could create a richer tapestry of Hobbit history that builds on both Tolkien's and the show's interpretations.